Welcome to the Mindset Mile podcast, the show that'll leave you empowered to take action towards becoming the turned up version of your already awesome self. I'm your host, Aisha Zaza, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's go. Hey fam, welcome back to another episode of the Mindset Mile podcast. I hope you are doing well today. Thank you so much for being here. I am really excited actually to talk about what we're going to chat about today because after 125 episodes of this podcast, I still get questions all the time on how to stay consistent, how to build habits that actually stick. And you would think after listening to this podcast for a while, and I'm sure if you're listening to this, you also probably read personal development books or listen to other self-development podcasts. And you'd think that by now, some of these things would just be easy, right? After hearing about it for so long. I mean, you can't open Instagram anymore without someone sharing their 5 a.m. daily morning routine, right? And there are too many resources between books and podcasts and journals and apps, which absolutely can help guide you and provide tons of value. But here's the thing, until you start to implement what you learn, the wisdom or the guidance that you're absorbing in this personal development sphere, it doesn't mean anything. Okay. One of my best friends who is an incredible business and real estate mogul. She's a mom and just one of my favorite humans ever. She's incredibly quick-witted and hilarious. One of her toxic traits is making self-deprecating jokes about her flaws. And when it comes to fitness and nutrition, she's just never been consistent with either. And it's not that she eats horrible or that she's like incredibly out of shape. It's really just more of a longevity and a health thing. And she knows that these things are super important. And yes, like she would probably like to change certain things about her body by way of exercise and nutrition. But it's just a struggle for her between finding the time or finding the motivation or just not finding a gym or studio that offers class that she actually likes or that work for her schedule. I mean, there's a lot of things. It's not as easy as just finding a studio, finding the right time and then going. I mean, there's a lot of things psychologically that need to be undone, years of, and I'm not talking about just with her. I know with people in general, there's a lot that needs to be undone and unlearned and new self-talk that actually gets you to believe that you are worth the change that you want to see in your body, in your health, in your mind. So my friend, though, it's literally been like 12 years of watching the same cycle on repeat over and over again. The girl is an admirable hustler in so many ways, but fitness just is not one. So imagine the sarcasm that she talks with being best friends with me, always asking me how I find time or motivation to run or work out, or she'll say things like, of course you just meal prepped and went to the gym and have 2 small kids and a million other things to do. Like, why can't I just get my life together and go on a single run? And I'm not giving you that example to suggest that I have everything together and that she doesn't when it comes to this, because in a lot of ways that she crushes it, those are some areas that I lack, right? So this isn't about I am better than her or she's better than me or anybody's better than the other. And, I use that example because she just likes to, I think when we speak and she knows my lifestyle, it's like a mirror that's reflecting back at her the things that she wants to work on and wants to be good at. But the problem is she's looking at it from a place where she thinks she'll never be consistent with diet and exercise like I am if it takes her that much effort to ever make it to the gym or on a run one time. And that's one of the biggest mistakes people make when they consider what it will be like to make a big lifestyle change. When you look at someone who has made a particular way of living a lifestyle, you can't look at it and be like, wow, they have so much discipline. I could never be that disciplined. Discipline is where it starts, but after time, things truly become a way of life. That would be like saying, wow, that person has so much discipline brushing their teeth every day, twice a day. I think it's safe to say that brushing teeth is second nature to most people. So you don't think about it, you just do it. And considering the time it takes to actually build a new habit, I want to introduce you, or for some of you, reintroduce you to the 21-90 rule. I know how overwhelming it can be to know where to start if you've been wanting to take a holistic and preventative approach to your health. After searching what feels like forever, I found Joy Women's Wellness, and I'm so excited to share it with you. If you've been wondering about your hormone or metabolic health, nutrient deficiencies, sexual health, longevity and anti-aging, or if you suffer from fatigue, brain fog, and low energy, you have to check out Joy. They'll review your blood work and help you understand what's going on underneath and provide solutions to address the root cause. And it's so simple. You get your labs done local to you and then have a follow-up virtual appointment with a board-certified clinician where they will then address and personalize a plan to make you look and feel your best. If you're looking to take ownership of your health and feel your best, Joy is giving Mindset Mile listeners 20% off. Go to choosejoy.co/Mindset Mile and browse their curated section of comprehensive labs. That's choosejoi.co/Mindset Mile and get 20% off any labs. Choose joy and feel like you again. One of my favorite high protein snacks is Greek yogurt, and to it, I'll add some berries and granola. But I'm super picky about my granola because most of them are made with tons of sugar and inflammatory oils, which is why I use Wildway granola. It's made from 100% real ingredients with no added sugars, preservatives, seed oils, or flavorings. Just wholesome blend of nuts, seeds, dried fruit, and spices. And they have such amazing flavors like coconut cashew, banana nut, apple cinnamon, dark chocolate sea salt, peach pecan, and vanilla bean espresso. They're all delicious. You've got to get your hands on some. Right now, save 20% off your first order with the code MindsetMile by visiting wildwayoflife.com. That's wildwayoflife.com using code MindsetMile to receive 20% off your first order. You may already know this about me, but I love making my bed every day. It starts my day off with a sense of accomplishment, but I also love slipping into a beautifully made bed every night. And my Cozy Earth bamboo sheets make all the difference. They are so unbelievably soft and comfortable, and the premium fabric regulates body temperature no matter the season. They're perfect for the hot summer nights coming up. Cozy Earth provided an exclusive offer just for my listeners. You could receive up to 40% off site-wide when you use code MindsetMile. Go to CozyEarth.com to explore their latest arrivals and to receive up to 40% off when you use code MindsetMile at checkout. So, according to science, it takes 21 days to make a new habit. And it takes 90 days of doing something consistently to make it a permanent lifestyle change. And in the middle of that, I'd say it takes about 60 or so days for it to start feeling like the habit is becoming more automatic. So for those of you who really love a time frame of what making a lifestyle change truly looks like, I would say that's about it. And I think the second thing that keeps people from even attempting change or doubting their ability to make change is thinking that they can expect what it would feel like or what it will be like to live without something or to do something consistently for 90 days. So if you've ever thought to yourself like, oh, I could never do the Whole30. I eat rice with almost every meal. Or maybe it's not rice, but it's something else that you eat frequently outside of the Whole30 protocol. Or you think about going 90 days without alcohol or sugar. And you're like, yeah, right. Like I have never even gone 2 weeks, let alone 90 days with those things. You can't expect to have the retrospect or the drive or the contentment of what it's like to do without something or to do something for 90 days before you start. Okay, so yes, it will be hard to imagine what it's like to do something for 90 days, but that's why you take it one day at a time. That's all you can focus on. That's all that's truly in your control. Just take it one day at a time. The time is going to pass with or without your decision to move forward with a lifestyle change or not. So quitting hurts and staying hurts. Okay, they both hurt. Which one do you want though? Are you going to stay and are you going to move forward with this, or are you going to quit before you even get started? Like, they both hurt. Pick one. Pick the one that's going to benefit you. So how then do you start? Ready? You start small. One of the easiest ways to fail in starting a new habit is by taking on too much too quickly. It would be like if my best friend who wants to start exercising more signs up for a marathon. Some people have this idea that if they make a big commitment or make a big lofty goal, it'll serve as accountability, or it just puts like their skin in the game. Like they feel like, all right, this is the time. Like I've got to do it because I registered for this big race. For some people, that might work, but for most, it actually has the opposite effect. Drastic changes to your routine can be overwhelming, draining, and hard to sustain. You may start out motivated and strong, but after a week or two of not living up to the lofty expectation you put on yourself, you really are more likely to throw in the towel altogether. So in order to make a new habit sustainable, I recommend starting with small incremental changes. The all or nothing mindset has got to go. So run or walk 1 mile a day. Replace your ice cream before bed with some fruit. Start with a level 1 yoga class. Do something attainable to build your confidence and consistency in the beginning. Okay, that's the thing that matters, is just building your confidence and trusting yourself. Like, okay, I can follow through one more day. I can do this because I'm going to do something it might be a little bit of a stretch, but you know you can do it. The second piece of advice I have for you is to stack your habits. Usually when people get fed up with how they're feeling or how they're looking, they just want a huge lifestyle overhaul and they want to improve everything all at once. January 1 hits and all of a sudden it's like, all right, I'm going to cut out alcohol. I'm going paleo. I'm going to the gym 5 times a week. I'm reading a chapter of my book every night. I'm listening to 1 hour of business related podcasts a day. No sugar, zero spending. Right? Like that all sounds amazing in theory, but would I bet that those things are going to be followed through with by mid-February? Probably not. As easy as all of those things sound individually, they actually do take a good amount of preparation and energy. So start by integrating one at a time. After a week or two, or after a month even, when you start to feel like, okay, I've got this, add another habit. That's habit stacking. You do one thing at a time and you start adding these beautiful layers of great habits. I always say that healthy habits beget healthy habits. So naturally, you're probably going to gravitate towards improving elsewhere anyways. And it's going to feel amazing. But what's not going to feel amazing is when you get to January 19th and you feel like you've let yourself down again because you thought willpower was the thing that you needed more of this new year to make it through the 30 or the 60 or the 90 days. Lastly, I recently came across the term temptation bundling, which after I learned about this, it's actually a habit I've employed for a long time. I've just never really had a term for it. But basically, it's when you couple a pleasurable behavior with one you don't enjoy doing as much as a way to find motivation to do the less desirable thing. So if you feel like you need to drag yourself to the gym, plan something that you're looking forward to after, like getting coffee from your favorite coffee shop or grabbing lunch on your way home. Or if you have to sit down and organize your write-offs and your taxes for the year and you're dreading sitting at your computer for hours, pour a glass of wine or your favorite kombucha while you get to work. Or a perfect example, save scrolling on your phone or watching the new episode of the show you're on until after you've prepped your food for the week. It's basically the carrot. What can you dangle in front of you during or right after a cumbersome task that will get you a little more excited or motivated to actually follow through with said task. No matter what you're setting out to achieve, go easy on yourself. That truly is the biggest piece of advice I have. I've never gotten anywhere because I wanted to beat myself up to do it. And I want to ask you if you can recall a time when beating yourself up worked for you. Building new habits takes time and some discipline, but not that much time. 21 days for that matter. And it's not all discipline. Your natural tendencies will change along the way to carry you through for the longer term. But until then, I really hope these tips help you get started or stay with your new lifestyle change that you've recently started. Please tag me on social media so I can see what episodes you are loving, and as a way for other people to get curious about what you're listening to and find this information so it serves them as well. You can find me on Instagram at Aisha Zaza, and I will see you next week, my friend. Until then, make it a great day.